My target audience for this presentation is the Los Angeles City Council. Once upon a time, there was World War II. As a war typically goes, roads and bridges were destroyed because cars were the hot new thing made available to a growing middle class. Dutch urban planners hired an American traffic engineer to help rebuild the transportation infrastructure in the Netherlands. They prioritized the automobile, even though cities like Amsterdam has a rich history and culture of cycling. And every day, the number of cars kept growing, the congestion on the streets kept getting worse, and the number of people killed by cars kept increasing. 3,000 people were directly killed each year, and 500 of those were children. Until one day, a journalist published an article called "Stop Killing Our Children." The price of gas also skyrocketed from the first oil crisis. OPEC countries stopped selling oil in an embargo to much of the Western world. All these factors led to protests and eventually a movement against car dominance and car dependence. And because of the oil crisis, the Dutch Prime Minister announced that Sundays will be car-free. Children would be able to play on the freeways, pollution would go down, and this gave people a glimpse of what life could be like with fewer cars. And because of that, the Dutch government realized that the people of their country needed viable alternatives to cars. It would simply cost too much, billions of dollars, to continue building roads, adding more lanes and highways. Instead, the Ministry of Transport published the Dutch Bicycle Master Plan. They learned through data science experiments that it wasn't enough to just build a few dedicated bike lanes. Any and every bicycle trip, from start to finish, must be safe and convenient. Therefore, they needed an entire network of protected bike lanes throughout the whole city. This investment will be worth it. Until finally, after over 10 years of discouraging driving and building alternatives, these incremental changes transformed the Netherlands from a car-centric country to a shining example of good urbanism. For example, they learned that making parking expensive works to get people out of cars. This is similar to the congestion pricing programs, like in New York. The funds from that also helped maintain the pedestrian and cycling infrastructure and help implement traffic calming strategies. And ever since then, healthcare costs have gone down from people living a more active lifestyle. Respiratory diseases have gone down from better air quality, and public transit infrastructure is made frequent, clean, and punctual. Denser housing in city centers, combined with walking distances to businesses in mixed-use developments, also mean that people benefit financially and the city government benefits from a more efficient economy.